This is Duke University.
I've been working on a project on political mendacity for the last decade or so, on and off at least, ever since I was asked to review a couple of books for the London Review of Books on Bill Clinton, one of which was called No One Left to Lie To by Christopher Hitchens. And in the course of writing this, I discovered that there was a fairly sizable discourse going all the way back to Plato about the either justifiability or the lack thereof of lying in politics. And I set out, although there was a perhaps 5-year interruption while I finished another book, I set out to, in a way, explore and make sense of that discourse, which included some of the major figures in the Western tradition, Augustine, Montaigne, Machiavelli, all the way up to Hannah Arendt and Leo Strauss in the 20th century. And I discovered that all the arguments for and against, in a way, persuaded me that the normal alternative between either moralistically attacking lying in general, lying in politics in particular as inherently evil, that on the one hand, or what might be called a consequentialist and somewhat cynical defense of lying in terms simply of positive outcomes, this alternative was inadequate. And so what I try to do in a book that's coming out actually only in a few weeks called The Virtues of Mendacity, which will be published by University of Virginia Press, where I gave the Riches lectures a few years ago. What I tried to do in this book was to make a more nuanced case for the plausibility of a certain amount of mendacity even in a democratic polity. And so the book is an attempt to go through all the various arguments, both pro and con, but also to try to make sense of what we mean by the political, because I discovered that lying in politics as a theme necessitated an exploration of what we mean by the political, a term which of course was given a great deal of play by Carl Schmitt, the German political theorist in the 1920s, and since then has created a small cottage industry of theorists who try to look for the essence of the political. And what the book does is to map out the various attempts to do that, and then see if they have implications for the issue of lying in politics. And I come to a number of different conclusions on that precise question.
Produced by Duke University, online at duke.edu.